They're on the pace lap here in Las Vegas from Digger, the NASCAR on Fox Gopher Cam. There is a look at the field coming by behind the safety car. Let's give you a look at the starting lineup for today's NASCAR Sprint Cup race on Fox.
Hey, let's see if we can get a hold of Kyle Busch here real quick. Kyle, it's DW up in the Fox Sports booth. How you doing, buddy? And can we talk to you?
I'm doing good, DW. Go ahead, man.
Hey, buddy, you got your home track here. You're on the pole. You got a fast car. What can we expect today?
Well, hopefully we can keep this fast M&M's Toyota up front, keep it out in some clean air, and just ride around for most of the day and see what it comes down to in the end. We know there's going to be some fast race cars that get their cars handling better throughout the day, and hopefully we can be one of those guys that try to challenge for a win.
What are you worried most about today, Kyle? The wind, the track? What's your biggest concern today?
Well, this track conditions right now are sort of how they were when we tested here about after lunch. You know, it kind of warmed up just a little bit in the day, and it was a little bit windy when we tested here. So this will probably pay more into what we had then. So I'm not necessarily worried about it. I felt like we had a pretty good test, and our car yesterday was decent, and you know, we worked on it all through practice, trying to make it better and better and better, and finally got it to where we were pretty comfortable with it at the end.
All right, my friend. Well, go fast, have fun, and put on a show like you've been doing. It's been fun to watch, and good luck.
All right, buddy. Thanks. We'll do.
There you see our race analysis. Length of this race, 267 laps, 400 miles. Pit road speed, 45 miles per hour. The pit window for Sunoco race fuel, 52 to 56 laps, but you may want some Goodyear race tires a little sooner than that. To the rear, Clint Boyer, a backup car, crash in final practice. Casey Kane to 9. They had to change engines.
And note that they're blowing the racetrack on these pace laps because with the wind and the dust that blows through the desert here, they want to try to give these drivers as clean a race surface as possible for today's event. Make it a great race day with the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Just turn left and enjoy Budweiser, the great American lager.
You know, Darrell, as I see those blowers, I watched your piece with Jeff Hammond in your AutoZone thing in the pre-race. The biggest thing, making sure there's no paper around this racetrack. The wind blowing is going to magnify that situation.
Yeah, and you know, Larry, I asked Jeff, and you're big you're big into aerodynamics. Why couldn't you open up that bumper area up there where that black space is, and not use that cavity at the bottom?
You actually can, but the pressure there is so much different from there in that cavity that some teams have told me that air will go in the bottom and actually try to come out the top. They're working on that. It's another unknown about this new car.
Yeah, that just is such a worrisome problem here. And I mean, you know, I give up a little downforce if I didn't have to pit.
Look at the tire tracks coming off turn 4. That's what Darrell has talked about. The exit of turn 4 has been calamity corner all weekend here.
Let's take a look at our race keys for this 400-mile race. Never let your guard down. You got to be up on that wheel with both hands and feet. Don't give me 110%, just give me 100, but never let your guard down at this fast mile-and-a-half racetrack. Exit of the turns, treacherous. Darrell has talked about it. Turn 2, turn 4, but I agree with Darrell. Turn 4 historically is where we really have problems here. You know what? Unlike last week at Fontana, we get near the end of this thing. You watch the nationwide race yesterday. You have to evaluate, do I want good track position at the end of this race, or do I want 4 fresh tires? There's a fine line there.
What do our Fox analysts do in the offseason? Well, there's Troy Aikman, comes to the races half a dozen or more times a year to watch his Hall of Fame racing team.
You might say it has a vested interest.
Absolutely.
It's good to see him here, though. Troy and these guys do a great job on Fox for the NFL.
Half a lap to the green flag. Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, the hometown boy, one of 2, his older brother Kurt. They're from Las Vegas, and here's last week's winner.
I think these drivers right now, Mike, are probably more tense than they were at Daytona coming to get the green flag, because this car has just been giving them a fit here with setup. And I don't know if anybody's that comfortable racing off the corner besides somebody.
I think Digger's a little
Digger's not too. Digger's even nervous.